the holidays were a little challenging for this small channel and this zero BS creative talk niche. The holidays have been a little slow and, well, demoralizing. Compounding that struggle are, the comments and critiques and tiny little comment troll barbs that persist. Some of those critiques have been about my perceived negativity, my nihilism, and my use of colorful language. Right, so on one hand, when you're growing a small channel, you have to listen to your audience. You have to be open to feedback, and you have to be willing to make adjustments. On the other hand, if I sit here and break down who I am as a human being, emotionally speaking, well, I'm about 50% nihilism and 50% the word fuck. So, fuck. My name is Krumbine, and this is Emergency Creative. If you are new here, I make videos discussing the intersection of creative expression, creative process, and mental health. If that sparks something special in the old noggin, or if you just dig the sound of my voice, be sure to like and subscribe. All right, so what actually is nihilism, and what the fuck does it have to do with growing a small channel? Yes, overtly, nihilism may just sound like rampant negativity. It might even sound similar to cynicism, which, to be honest, is another one of my core staples. The reality is that nihilism is a doctrine that basically says everything is meaningless. Existence, values, whatever. The universe is just this great, big, empty void of meaningless chaos. For me, that has always been this inherent, instinctual truth buried deep in my DNA. Growing up, I had a very hard time with holidays because I never understood the point of them. It all just smelled like a performative bullshit to me. Likewise, when I was old enough to start thinking for myself, the religious doctrine I grew up with fell into, the exact same performative bullshit category. You can probably see how those foundational experiences with nihilism can, how they can shape a person, right? When your brain is wired in this, we'll call it a special way, it's hard not to be nihilistic about, everything. Politics, the workplace, relationships. Nothing matters. Nothing lasts. Everything is meaningless. Taking this one step further is existential nihilism, which basically says that since life is inherently meaningless, we then are free to invent our own meaning. In other words, fuck it. Go ahead and eat the donuts. Because, you know, donuts are fucking awesome. Existential nihilism can be approached both pessimistically and optimistically. And you might have heard the phrase optimistic nihilism, which is basically just modern vernacular for an optimistic view of existential nihilism. Total side note, actually. If you want a far more user-friendly deep dive into this particular subject, check out the film I Heart Huckabees. This is one of my top 5 favorite films of all time, and it is absolutely brilliant in its depiction of existential philosophies, both in the narrative and in the actual filmmaking. Okay, so, New Year, same old existential nihilism. What the actual fuck does this have to do with growing a small channel on YouTube? Well, fucking everything. I mean, come on. First, you've got the YouTube comments and critiques. Common YouTube advice says to listen and learn from feedback. Other YouTube advice says be authentic to who you are as a creator. What the fuck am I supposed to do when those things suddenly are in total conflict with each other? I cannot be authentic to who I am while also not being nihilistic? Well, I suppose since it's all just meaningless bullshit anyhow, maybe I'll just ignore the comments and the rules and, well, just find my own meaning and validation. When everything is meaningless, I have the ultimate freedom to be whoever the fuck I want to be, however the fuck I feel like doing that. I don't know. That kind of feels like a pretty fucking healthy outlook to me, right? Okay, so second, being a small channel and the overt nihilistic pointlessness of producing videos that are authentic to who I am creatively, while the overall traffic on YouTube absolutely bottoms out over the holidays. How can you not be overwhelmed by the pointlessness of this shit? And what? I'm supposed to deny these feelings, this outlook, this creative perspective? Fuck off. I have a long-term vision and plan for this channel, and being in the early days, I gotta say, it is fucking hard fighting for every view, every subscriber, every hour of watch time. But I think that might actually be the point. And this is where the foundational philosophy of existential nihilism kinda gets optimistic, if not a little beautiful, especially for those of us with creative brains. The creative process is about expressing something unique from in here. And we do it because, well, we have to. I'm not gonna put it right up there with breathing, but not being able to pursue creative interests, well, it would pretty much ruin my fucking life. What I'm saying is that it is a mandate. And for those of us crazy enough to share that mandate on YouTube or otherwise, our determination and our persistence, our ability to cope with the nihilistic pointlessness of it all, those are the things that will set us apart from all the other bullshit content churners who give up during the slow times. Call it quits when the algorithm rejects them, or change who they are and what they do based on every comment or which way the wind happens to be blowing. So, fuck yeah, I have nihilistic worldviews, and I fucking love the word fuck. Get on board or get the fuck out. And before you go, be sure to like and subscribe if you like liking and subscribing. Yes, it's all meaningless bullshit, but it's still, I guess, it still makes me happy. And I mean, don't you, right? Don't you want me to be happy? Because I mean, if you don't, well, look, I certainly have problems, but wishing other people to be miserable is actually a little fucking disturbing. You should talk to someone about that.